Imagine living in a country where your rent, your meals, your transport, even your internet bill all together cost less than what most people pay for rent alone in New York, London, or Sydney. Yes, that's right. In today's video, I am taking you on a journey around the world to discover the 15 cheapest countries to live in 2025. I will break down not just the costs, but also the lifestyle, the culture, the food, and what everyday life actually feels like in these countries. And trust me, the top 3 countries on this list are going to surprise you. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, sit back, and let's begin our countdown. Before starting with number 15, once again, welcome back to our channel. If you are new to our channel, hit the subscribe button for more amazing videos. At number 15, we have Morocco. When you think of Morocco, you picture colorful markets, desert landscape, and the winding alleys of Marrakech. But what you may not know is just how affordable life here can be. A small apartment outside the tourist zones can cost around $250 to $300 per month, and a meal of kosses or tagine from a street vendor is just $2. That means you could live an entire month comfortably for about $700. But Morocco is not just about saving money. The lifestyle here is slow and rich. People love their mint tea culture, sitting in cafes for hours, chatting and watching life pass by. Safety is decent, internet is improving, and if you love history, every street feels like an open air museum. Living in Morocco feels like stepping into a storybook. And the best part is, it's a story you can afford to live in. Number 14 on our list is Bolivia, one of South America's cheapest countries. Imagine waking up surrounded by the Andes Mountains or visiting the breathtaking Uyuni Salt Flats, all while spending less money than you would in a small US town. Rent for a decent apartment in cities like La Paz can be as low as $200 to $250, and buying fresh fruits and vegetables from local markets feels almost free. A full plate of local food like sultanas or empanadas costs just $1. But Bolivia is not just cheap, it's raw, adventurous and authentic. Transport is affordable but basic. Spanish is a must, and the culture is deeply indigenous and proud. For those who want adventure on a budget, Bolivia offers million-dollar views at hostel prices. At number 13, we have ourselves in Nepal, home of the Himalayas and Mount Everest. Nepal is a paradise for mountain lovers and seekers of peace. But here is the secret. It's also one of the cheapest places on earth. Rent in Kathmandu, around $150 to $200. Meals, less than $1 if you eat dal bhat, the local staple. Your monthly living expenses, often under $500. But what makes Nepal special is not just the cost, it's the spiritual atmosphere. You hear bells from temples, prayer flags in the wind, and monks walking quietly through the streets. The pace of life is calm, the community is warm, and foreigners often say they find inner peace here. In Nepal, you don't just save money, you gain serenity. Number 12 is Cambodia. This Southeast Asian gem is famous for Angkor Wat, one of the world's great wonders, but it's also a digital nomad's paradise. Rent in Phnom Penh or Siem Reap costs about $250 to $300 per month. A hearty bowl of noodles from a street stall is just $2. Your total monthly living around $700 or less. But what makes Cambodia stand out is the laid-back lifestyles. People are friendly, the expat community is growing, and the visa process is surprisingly easy compared to other Asian countries. Cambodia is not just cheap, it's easy, relaxed, and full of charm. At number 11, we step into Turkey, a country where East meets West. Istanbul can be a little pricier, but if you head to coastal towns like Antalya or Izmir, you will find incredible value. Rent is about $300 to $400, and a full meal of kebab, bread, and tea might cost you $3. Monthly expenses are usually under $900. Turkey is a feast for the senses, from the smell of spices in bazaars to the sound of the call to prayer echoing across the city, to sipping strong Turkish coffee by the sea. Living here means being surrounded by history, culture, and the Mediterranean lifestyle, all without spending a fortune. Number 10 takes us to Mexico. Yes, Mexico is not just tacos and beaches, it's one of the most affordable countries for foreigners. In cities like Oaxaca or Merida, you can rent a nice place for $250 to $400. Street tacos cost less than $1, and your whole monthly budget can be under $900. But what makes Mexico stand out is the vibrancy of life. Mariachi music in the plazas, colorful festivals, ancient ruins, and warm, welcoming people. If you want culture, beauty, and affordability, Mexico gives you all three. At number 9, we have Sri Lanka. Imagine waking up in a house that cost $200 a month, eating a plate of rice and curry for just $1, and then heading to the beach, the tea plantations, or even a wildlife safari. Monthly living costs here are around $700. Sri Lanka is a paradise for nature lovers. You have tropical beaches, lush green hills, elephants, and friendly locals who always smile. The pace of life is slower, calmer, and deeply connected to tradition. Living in Sri Lanka feels like living inside a postcard at back paper prices. Number 8 brings us to Pakistan. From the food culture of Lahore to the snowy mountains of Hinja, Pakistan offers breathtaking beauty at unbelievable prices. Rent in major cities average $150 to $250. Traditional meals like biryani cost less than $1. Your monthly budget around $500 to $600. But here is what makes Pakistan special: the hospitality. People will invite you to their homes, offer you food, and treat you like a family. If you want affordability with warmth, Pakistan is one of the best kept secrets in the world. At number 7, it's Vietnam. This country is buzzing with energy. Motorbikes everywhere, night markets, and incredible food. Rent is $250 to $400. Meals are $2, and monthly expenses usually comes to $800. What's unique about Vietnam is the mix. You can live in a chaotic, vibrant city like Ho Chi Minh or escape to peaceful beach towns like Da Nang. Internet is fast, the expat community is huge, and life is affordable. In Vietnam, every day feels like a food festival and it's dirt cheap. At number 6, we arrive in the Philippines. Picture this: living on a tropical island surrounded by turquoise water, paying just $200 to $300 for rent. Meals cost about $1.5, and total living expenses average $700 to $800 per month. But the real charm of the Philippines is the people. English is widely spoken, making it easy to connect, and the locals are incredibly welcoming. And with over 7,000 islands, you will never run out of new beaches and adventures. Paradise really doesn't have to come with a big price tag. Number 5 is Indonesia, and of course, Bali steals the spotlight. Rent for a small villa in Bali starts around $300 to $350. Meals cost about $2, and your whole monthly budget is $700 to $900. But beyond Bali, Indonesia has so much more: volcanoes, rice terraces, temples, and endless islands to explore. Internet is improving, and many digital nomads have already made Bali their home. In Indonesia, you can live like an influencer without needing influencer money. At number 4, we travel to Georgia. Not the US state, but the country in Eastern Europe. Georgia is safe, affordable, and stunning. Rent in Tbilisi is about $250 to $300. Meals cost $2 or $3, and monthly expenses are under $800. But the best part: hospitality. Georgians are famous for welcoming strangers like family. Add breathtaking mountains, delicious wine, and easy digital nomad visa, and Georgia quickly becomes a favorite for expats. This is where history, hospitality, and affordability meet. At number 3, we arrive in India, one of the most diverse and affordable countries in the world. Rent can be as low as $100 to $200. Meals are often less than $1, and your entire monthly budget can stay under $500. But India is not just cheap, it's endlessly fascinating. From the beaches of Goa to the Himalayan villages to the chaotic magic of Delhi, life here is vibrant and full of contrast. English is widely spoken, making it easier for foreigners. India is a place where you save money but gain a million experiences. At number 2, we have Bangladesh. This country doesn't often make headlines as a tourist destination, but when it comes to affordability, it's unbeatable. Rent in Dhaka averages about $150, meals cost under a dollar, and your total monthly living expenses can be as low as $300 to $400. Life here is simple but warm. The culture is rich, the community is strong, and people are incredibly welcoming. Bangladesh is a proof that the cheapest option can also be the most human and heartwarming. And finally, at number 1, we have a surprise twist, Ethiopia. Why Ethiopia? Because it offers something few other than places can: deep culture and low costs combined. Rent is around $150 to $200. Meals of traditional injera and curries are under a dollar, and your monthly costs often stay under $400. But Ethiopia's richness is not in money, it's in tradition. Coffee ceremonies, ancient churches carved from rock, tribal cultures, and landscape that will leave you speechless. Living in Ethiopia is living in a country where every day feels like a discovery, and you spend almost nothing doing it. So, those are the 15 cheapest countries to live in 2025. From Asia to Africa to Latin America, these countries prove that you don't need to be rich to live a rich life. Now, tell me in the comments which of these countries would you move to tomorrow if you could. And if you enjoyed this countdown, please like this video, subscribe, and share it with a friend who dreams of living abroad. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.